it seems extraordinary to think that it was back in February that I came here to say goodbye to you all. And then I know all of us and the families have had to live through such anxious times, to say the least, until you've all returned. Not all quite, but thank goodness, at least a large proportion of you. Because the last similar occasion, I remember when the battalion was in this sort of position, was after the Falkland Islands campaign, where I know the battalion had experienced an incredibly difficult and bloody conflict in really difficult conditions. But although this particular operation has provided a different conflict, the challenges you've had to face have been in many ways similar. But the regiment's values remain just as strong as ever, and that's what is so wonderful. I know you've been based in some of the most hostile regions of Afghanistan. In fact, some of the most hostile regions in the entire world, I would have thought. You've been based in Sangin, some of you, which is very much in the enemy heartland, where the IED threat is so well documented and so frightening. You've been in Nadi Ali, one of the most populated of areas, where the Taliban seem to have been so active. And also, I know some of you in Babaji, which of course was the prize at the heart of Operation Panchai Palang, in which I know all of you played such an incredibly important and vital role. I know also, and I've heard this from the commanding officer and others, that you were under attack, you faced daily attack from direct and indirect fire, often at very close quarters in the green zone and in urban areas, and yet you maintained throughout the finest traditions of this great regiment, being, as always, resilient, good-humoured, loyal, and selfless. I can never get over how you managed to display immense courage and professionalism in the heat of battle, and then able to show restraint and compassion during lulls between contacts. This, of course, is absolutely vital in terms of winning over hearts and minds as far as the local population is concerned, and I'm absolutely convinced you've done so much of that. Now, all this, I fear, has come at a great cost. Today we remember with pride, gratitude, and affection Lance Sergeant Toby Fasford, Lieutenant Mark Everson, Major Sean Birchall, Lieutenant Colonel Rupert Thornlow, Lance Corporal Dane Elson, Private John Brackpool, from the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment attached, and Guardsman Christopher King from the Coldstream Guards. We will never forget what they have done and the sacrifice that they made with all of you. I know also that many were wounded, many very badly wounded. And again, we owe them an immense debt, particularly of gratitude. Guardsman Pennington, Drummer Leach, who I remember in Selyoke Hospital when I went there some months ago, was completely unconscious. But I'm very glad, I think he is here today. And also Lance Corporal Hilliard, who again was unconscious when I was visiting at Selyoke. But his mother rather encouragingly told me when I was there that his blood pressure had shot up when his girlfriend visited him in hospital. So I knew that all would be well in the end. I know also that you will be having a separate memorial service in due course to remember all your comrades. And also that you have a Welsh Guards Afghanistan Appeal Fund, which has already raised an amazing amount of money, and I'm sure will raise even more, to enable the regiment to provide the necessary support to the bereaved and indeed to the wounded. So we are so grateful to all those people and their generosity who really do appreciate everything you've done and they have done. But I must just, on this occasion, mention in particular the families, all your families, so many of whom I'm glad to see are here today, who come from Wales, but all over the Principality to be with you. I know they've been with you every single moment while you've been away. I know they've worried. I remember when my youngest son was in Afghanistan even for 2 months or something before the press found out. And I had to keep it completely secret myself, but I've never forgotten you. You do worry the whole time. It's much worse for those left behind, I think, in many ways, than for those going. So we must today, I think, pay an enormous tribute to the families for the support and understanding they have provided you all with throughout this time, the moral support, the love and affection and anxiety and loyalty. We do ask so much of our soldiers, and it is easy to forget, I think, the huge burden that you, the families, all carry in their absence. So we thank you and salute you for all you do to maintain the morale of all your loved ones. Because the great thing, it seems to me, is the regiment provides this wonderful family sense which always continues. All of you, gentlemen, are an immense credit to this nation, and above all to Wales. So thank you, and congratulations for a job so well done. Llongyfarchiadau i chi gyd.